Hello there, Croeso and welcome. I'm Shadow Lennox and I'm back on F1 Manager 22 for the latest update, update 1.8, which has made some much needed changes to the way the tyres work and the way the AI works, as well as some bug fixes along the way. I have started a new save with Ferrari because I wanted to prove to myself that Ferrari have been the cause of their own downfall this year, and well, I'm not to give too much away, but I'm proving that in spades in my save. But on to the update, and the first thing I'm going to go through are the tyres. Now, they've changed the degradation, so they degrade at a better rate, a more realistic rate. So you can see here from the strategy screen, I'm just changing the pace settings and seeing how the tyre will degrade. And that's a much bigger change. And you can also see here from a testing screen how the times drop off as the tyre degrades. Normally you'd hit from about 100% to 30% tyre wear. You'd see no real changes in your lap times, but you can see here it's almost a second drop off between when I send out Charles Leclerc to the end of his practice run, and that really does translate into the race. The other thing that translates is the different speed between the different tyre compounds. And the old update, my normal strategy was to slap on the medium or the hard tyres and go as aggressive as possible. But with the tyre wear now reacting correctly, you can't do that. So you have to run in standard for a lot. And you can see Max Verstappen has been closing every lap. Even though I'm running aggressive on the hard compounded tyres, he's running on standard on the medium compound, and he's catching very, very quickly to the point where it's not actually my normal strategy just isn't valid anymore. I got to plan my tyre strategy out far more carefully, because you can't just put the hard tyres on, go full aggressive, and you'd win. And in the old update, that's basically all I figured out all I needed to do. Just put on the hardest tyre that will allow you to run in attack mode for the entirety of your stint, and just go for it. No real thought, didn't have to plan anything, and it was always work out. Now, as I said, you've got to plan your tyres out properly. And if you watch my previous video from F1 Manager about qualifying, those tips to save a fresh set of soft tyres are now even more important. You cannot let the AI simulate qualifying anymore, because they'll just use all your softs, and that will hurt you so much in the race, to the point where you'll need those tyres. You just need them. But the improvements to the AI and the tyre wear does allow for closer racing. As you can see, a last lap overtake for the win. I was really quite happy with that, and tension was building throughout the race, so it has definitely improved that. The AI improvements, you'll see from this overtake, starting with this overtake by Verstappen on Sainz. Normally, when the AI gets close to the track limits, they'd slow down to the point of almost stopping. And here, I got Sergio Perez alongside me, and he's going to drop in behind, but in the old update, he would have just stopped dead in the track and lost well over a second. The other place where this improvement to the AI is apparent is when you're coming across traffic. So I've sent my two cars out, and I've basically messed up when I sent them out, so they're going to have to go through traffic to finish a lap. But they still finish first and second for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. In the old update, that would have been 2-3 seconds slower, and your qualifying would be done. I'd have both cars out of Q3, but now that just doesn't happen. But there is still some improvements they can make to the AI. Like here, as you can see, Red Bull are double stacking their drivers, and Red Bull would just never do this. Not when normal race conditions, when they're fighting for the lead. And they've basically hung Max Verstappen out to dry. He's now in 7th, behind a bunch of slower cars who will not get out of his way. And the AI still does things that you can't believe. And here's another final example of ways they can improve the AI, is in the way they develop their cars. I don't expect the AI to be able to keep up with a human across multiple seasons, but this is my first year with Ferrari. We're just up to the Miami Grand Prix. I've done a few updates, and you can look at the lead Leclerc and Sainz have over Verstappen and how it's increasing every lap. So they really do need to improve how the AI develops their cars. But on what I've seen and how the updates are going, I have every faith that they will tackle that eventually. The improvements to the way the cars deal with lap traffic and slower moving cars has been greatly improved. So then the last thing we really need them to do is to improve the AI so it can be a bit more of a challenge. I don't want to say the game's easy. I'm highly experienced at these sort of strategy games, but there's still a lot of work that can be done. So I hope this video has helped illuminate some of the changes from this update. And I just want to say diolch and thank you for watching.